The new Genesis G80 has landed in Australia, and much like the brand itself, the second generation model has adopted a bolder approach in an attempt to steal buyers away from Audi, BMW and Mercedes-Benz. But has it worked? Let's find out. The G80 arrives in Australia as the first follow-up model for the Genesis brand since making its formal introduction about 18 months ago. With a new rear-wheel drive platform, clean sheet design and a choice of two new turbocharged engines, the G80 renews its fight with the Audi A6, BMW 5 Series and Mercedes-Benz E-Class. Prices for the two-model G80 lineup start at $84,900 for the 2.5T, moving up to $99,900 for the 3.5T all-wheel drive driven here. According to Genesis, the G80 represents 15% more value in terms of pricing than competitors, with 20% more standard features. The G80 makes a big step forward on the road as well. It's quieter, it's more refined, and it's more athletic than before as well, without really threatening the German set. The 3.5T that we're spending most time in does a pretty admirable job of isolating occupants from bumps in the road and also controlling itself during changes in direction. Ultimately, it lacks the final layer of polish of, say, a BMW 5 Series. The brake feel isn't quite there, the steering lacks the same consistent weighting and feedback, and the body is prone to some floatiness and some wallowing through bigger imperfections. But all in all, a polished, well-rounded machine. Under the bonnet of our particular test car is the flagship 3.5 litre turbo petrol V6 that sends drive to all four wheels via an 8-speed automatic transmission. All told, you get 279 kilowatts and 530 newton meters to play with. The 3.5 litre turbo petrol 6 is a big step forward from previous Genesis units. It makes more power, it makes more available torque, and it's relatively efficient. We've averaged about 11 litres per 100 Ks in a mix of conditions. Like any large capacity petrol engine, very afoot and power is plentiful, but you will see a big spike in fuel use if you make use of it. Elsewhere, the flagship G80 debuts adaptive suspension with a road preview function not dissimilar to technology employed by some rivals. It uses a front-mounted camera to detect upcoming obstacles before priming the dampers to minimise ride harshness. Now, while the G80 doesn't really make a case for benchmark dynamics, the redeeming feature here is that of comfort. It isolates you from bumps in the road, it's fairly quiet inside the cabin, and on a B-grade country road, it wafts along really effortlessly. It still feels like a big, heavy luxury sedan, but it does its brief really well. Standard technology and safety is central to the G80's appeal, with the latest driver aids and a decidedly more modern cabin headlined by a new 14.5-inch infotainment touchscreen. There's wireless charging, 12-way adjustable front leather seats and open pore wood trims. However, if you want a digital dashboard or 3-zone climate control, you'll need to go for the optional $13,000 luxury package. The integration of all that technology is impressive, but like so many new applications in cars, it could be better. The lane keeping function is fairly persistent, and the way that some of the safety technologies work are quite intrusive, but that's part and parcel of the modern luxury car. On billiard smooth surfaces, the ride comfort is superb. It does everything really well, irons out imperfections, it's quiet inside the cabin. When you ask a little bit more of it on B-grade country roads, the G80 is prone to some wallowing between bumps, and often the rebound means that you're still bouncing up and down 10 or 15 metres after the event. It's not a deal breaker, but it's not as good as, say, a BMW 5 Series either. The G80 cements its positioning with a roomy cabin and quality materials throughout. A small boot area, some telltale Hyundai links, and no split fold function for the rear seat are small detractions, as are 10,000 kilometre servicing intervals and unknown resale values. However, the G80 wins points back with a 5-year warranty and 5 years complimentary servicing. And with all of its after-sales provisions taken into account, it has all the makings of a successful large luxury sedan. But the key question remains, is it enough to give the Germans a real workout? Well, as with before, not in huge numbers.